You ever look back at your life and wonder how you're still standing? How you made it through the shame, the storms, the nights you almost gave up? I've been there. I've walked through seasons I wouldn't wish on anyone. But through it all, Jesus never gave up on me. And tonight, that's all I came to say. Thank you, Jesus, for not giving up on me.
I've broken promises I swore I'd keep. I've fallen down more times than I can count. I've prayed with one hand raised and the other hiding sin, and still you called my name again. When I ran from the truth, you followed me. When I lost myself, you came looking. You found me in the dark corners I thought you'd never go. You didn't walk away, you walked me home. Jesus, thank you for not giving up on me. When I lost faith, you still believed. When I turned my back, you stayed near. When I gave up hope, you whispered peace. Jesus, thank you for not giving up on me. There's a man I know who lost his way. Addiction stole his name and pride. He said, God, I've gone too far this time. But mercy said, you're still mine. And a mother raising kids alone felt unseen, unloved, unknown. But every tear she cried became a prayer, and somehow Jesus met her there. He never turned away the broken, never silenced the ashamed. He sat with sinners and washed the feet of the ones who'd soon betray his name. Jesus, thank you for not giving up on me. When I was faithless, you were faithful still. You carried me when I couldn't stand. You loved me when I couldn't love myself. Jesus, thank you for not giving up on me. Some people think grace is a second chance, but I've learned it's 1,000 chances wrapped in love. 'Cause if grace had an expiration date, I'd have been gone a long time ago. When I was too tired to pray, your spirit prayed for me. When I was too broken to believe, your word kept chasing me down. And somehow, even after every failure, every mistake, every backslide, you still call me beloved. To the one who feels unworthy, he still calls you his. To the one who failed again, his mercy didn't run out. To the one who lost everything, he's still your provider. To the one who buried a dream, he can raise it again. To the one who's drowning in guilt, the cross already covered it Child, if you're breathing, it's not too late, because Jesus doesn't give up on people like us. I've walked through hell with tears in my hands, screaming prayers you didn't seem to hear. But even silence had a purpose. You were teaching me to trust, not fear. And now I see your fingerprints on every scar I used to hide. Every no became protection, every heartbreak turned to light. Jesus, thank you for not giving up on me. You saw the worst and still chose me. You called me love when I called myself lost. You turned my story into grace. Jesus, thank you for not giving up on me. Well, thank you for mercy that never ends, for love that outlives my sin, for grace that keeps chasing me down. Jesus, thank you for not giving up on me. If every word I ever sing from here on was just thank you, it'd still never be enough. Because you've been patient when I wasn't. You've been kind when I couldn't be. You've been faithful when I failed. And that's why I'll keep singing. Jesus, thank you for not giving up on me. You ever cry so much you start running out of words? You ever sit in the dark asking God, how long? I've been there. I've had nights when my pillow was the only witness, and my prayers sounded like broken whispers. But looking back now, I realized every tear had purpose. Every heartbreak was building a story. And I can finally say, Jesus, you turned my tears into testimony. There was a season I didn't think I'd make it through. Pain in my chest, no strength to move. Every door shut, every friend gone. I said, Lord, what did I do wrong? But grace met me in the quiet, not in thunder, not in fire, just a still small voice that said, I'm still here, I never left. And somehow, little by little, hope started to breathe again. My tears watered seeds I didn't even know were growing. Jesus, you turned my tears into testimony. You turned my sorrow into song. You made the pain that tried to break me a story of how love held on. Every scar now shine with mercy. Every wound became a word of peace. Jesus, you turned my tears into testimony. I've seen a brother lose everything. His home, his family, his name. He said, God, I can't take this anymore. But a few years later, I saw him on his feet again, feeding the hungry, praying for others, telling his story with a smile that said, God still restores. And a woman who buried her child too soon thought her faith had died too. But now she sings in church on Sundays, and every note she hits sounds like healing. That's what you do. You don't waste pain, you redeem it, Jesus. You turn tears into testimony. You turn joys again into strength. You turn my weakness into strength. Not because I'm perfect, but because you never gave up on me. Jesus, you turn my tears into testimony. See, there's power in the story you survived. The enemy tried to use my tears to drown me, but God used the same water to baptize me into new strength. Every sleepless night, every broken prayer was shaping me for something bigger than pain. Now when I speak, it's not from theory, it's from survival, because I've seen him heal what medicine couldn't. I've seen him bring peace to storms therapy couldn't touch. I've seen him turn ashes into altars. To the one who's crying tonight, he sees you. To the one who's tired of fighting, he's still fighting for you. To the one who lost their way, he's already found you. To the one who buried their dream, he can raise it again. To the one who's carrying shame, the cross already carried it first. To the one who thinks it's over, you're just in the middle of your testimony. I used to beg God to change my story. Now I thank him for writing it this way, 'cause every time I tell it, somebody else finds hope again. What was meant to break me built me. What was meant to silence me taught me to sing. And what I thought was the end was really just the beginning of grace. You turn my tears into testimony. You turn my sorrow into song. You made my valley echo with praise. You took my pain, you picked up my grace. today. It's not because life's been easy, it's because Jesus made beauty out of the breaking.
You ever look back and realize you made it through things you didn't think you survived? And somehow, even when you were falling apart, God was holding all the broken pieces together. I've been there. Tonight I don't have fancy words. I just came to say, Jesus, thank you for everything. There was a mother on her knees, 3 jobs, 2 babies, 1 more eviction notice. She said, Lord, I'm tired, I can't do this again. And just when hope was fading slow, a knock came softly on her door. Someone said, God told me to bless you. And groceries came when she had none. Peace came when she was undone. And she whispered, Jesus, you really heard me. Jesus, thank you for everything. For mercy I never earned, for grace I didn't see coming, for the nights you stayed when I wanted to run. Jesus, thank you for everything. There's a woman at the graveside, tracing a name she still calls home. She said, God, how do I live without him here? And though the sky was gray and still, she felt your arms around her soul, and peace fell quiet on her tears. And I've seen a man who lost his way, tried to drown the pain in empty bottles, but your love found him in that dark place. You didn't shame him, you restored him. Like Peter, you said, come back, feed my sheep. Grace met him where guilt used to sleep. Jesus, thank you for everything, for healing the parts I hide, for loving me past my pride. When I couldn't find my voice, you still called my name. Jesus, thank you for everything.
Sometimes we thank God for the blessings we can see, but we forget the ones that never showed up. We forget the prayers he said no to, the ones that could have destroyed us. We forget the storms he calmed inside us before they ever hit the surface. I used to think gratitude was for good seasons. Now I know gratitude is how I survive the bad ones. To the one who's sick and tired, he still heals the body and the soul. To the one who buried their dreams, he still brings dead things back to life. To the one who's scared of tomorrow, he's already waiting there. To the one who feels forgotten,
lost friends, I've lost faith. I've made promises I couldn't keep. I've looked holy on the outside while my heart was quietly bleeding. But through every lie I believed, you kept reaching for me. You didn't shame me back, you loved me back. You didn't judge me, you joined me in my mess and let me out. Jesus, thank you for everything, for the storms that taught me to pray, for the pain that showed me grace. You took my ashes and made something beautiful. You took my broken and called it whole. Jesus, thank you for everything. If all I ever say again is thank you, that'll still be enough, because you've been everything I didn't even know I needed. Jesus, thank you for everything.
You know, it's one thing to thank God for blessings, but it's another to thank Him for grace. For the kind of love that saw the truth about you, it stayed anyway. I've done things I can't even talk about out loud. I run from His calling. I've broken promises. I've said I'm done more times than I can count. And every single time, Jesus whispered, I'm not. So this one's not about what I've done for Him. It's about what He's still doing for me. Jesus, thank you for still loving me. Oh, there was a night I almost gave up. Sat on the floor with a bottle and a Bible, and I said, God, I don't deserve you no more, but you met me right there in that mess. No lightning, no thunder, just mercy that refused to leave. You didn't shame me, you lifted me. You didn't scold me, you sang over me. And I realized grace isn't just forgiveness, it's you choosing me again and again. Jesus, thank you for still loving me. When I walked away, you stayed. When I let you down, you lifted me up. When I stopped praying, you still heard. Jesus, thank you for still loving me. I've seen others walk the same road. A young man drowning in shame, thinking he ruined his calling. But God used his story to heal someone else's. And a woman who thought divorce disqualified her, but Jesus met her in her loneliness and showed her, you're still mine. He doesn't love the version we pretend to be. worth in me. You still saw your child. Jesus, thank you for still loving me. See, we talk a lot about believing in God, but sometimes the hardest thing is believing that He still believes in us. Because I know what it feels like to look in the mirror and see failure, but Jesus looks at the same reflection.
Jesus, I woke up with a heaviness I can't explain. A smile on my face, but a storm in my veins. Everybody sees me walking like I'm fine, but they don't know the battle going on in my mind. I've been scrolling through memories I wish I could erase, trying to hide the trembling in my voice, in my faith. And it hits me so hard I can barely breathe. Lord, if I'm honest, I'm breaking underneath. I'm tired of pretending the pain ain't real, tired of patching wounds that only you can heal. So here I am, no mask, no guard, no brave. Jesus, I need you. Jesus, I'm not okay if I give you the truth. I'm scared to say, if I lay down what I hide away, will you meet me here in this fragile place? Will you hold me in your healing grace? Jesus, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Jesus, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Jesus, I'm not okay. I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. Jesus, I'm not okay. Come and meet me in my broken place. Jesus, I'm not okay. I need your mercy, I need your grace. Jesus, I'm not okay. Hey. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, I'm not okay. I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. I've been the one who prayed for others, then went home feeling empty and alone. I've been the spouse trying to hold a marriage together when both hearts were wearied down to the bone. I've been the parent afraid I'm failing, trying to break generational chains. Carried addiction like a secret prison, smiled while drowning in unspoken shame. I've sat beside hospital beds, pleading like Jairus, Lord, please come, I need you now. I've cried like Mary that your word says in Psalm 34. You're close to the brokenhearted, not just the holy, not just the strong, but the bruised, the tired, the barely hanging on. So here I am again, needing you more than I wanna say. Whispering through shaking breath, Jesus, I'm really not okay. I'm lifting the burdens I usually bury, the wounds I hide from everyone but you. Jesus, if you're still the God who heals, then please heal what I can't get through. Jesus, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Jesus, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Jesus, I'm not okay. Oh, hear me, Lord, hear me, Lord. Hear me, Lord. Jesus, I'm not okay. Coming steady, what I cannot face. Jesus, I'm not okay. If you're not okay, you're exactly where grace can find you. Jesus, I'm not okay. To the one who cries at night and no one knows, Jesus sees you and he will not let you go. To the one fighting addiction alone, his power breaks chains you've never shown. To the one grieving someone they loved, his comfort runs deeper than the grave or the dust. To the one whose marriage feels like it's falling apart.
There's a shaking in my chest I can't pray away, a quiet storm that starts before the sunrise. No one sees it but you do, the way my hands tremble when I'm trying to hold my life together. There are nights I sit on the edge of my own bed, afraid to breathe too deep, 'cause I might collapse under everything I never said. Memories that haunt me, voices of people I've lost, mistakes I can't outrun, grief that won't loosen its grip. Lord, you know the battles that wake me, the ones I never confess, and I'm whispering through cracked lips, through a heart tired of pretending. Jesus, pretending to be strong. Will you touch this breaking in me? Will you stay until the night is gone? Jesus, please don't leave me like this. Jesus, please don't leave me like this. I'm trying to stay, but the pain won't quit. Jesus, please don't leave me like this. Jesus, please don't leave me like this. Jesus, please don't leave me like this. Hold my heart in your healing grip. Jesus, please don't leave me like this. I've carried shame like a secret suitcase, heavy straps cutting into my soul. Smiled when I was breaking, laughed while I was drowning, told people God is good, while I was struggling to know if He still wanted me. I've sat in church pews, feeling further from heaven than the sinner who never came. I begged for a miracle with the same mouth I used to curse my reflection. I battled addictions in the dark and cried over memories I thought I buried years ago. But like the woman in Luke 8 who touched the hem of your garment, I'm pushing through everything that's failing inside me, hoping your love can still make me whole. So here I am, no hiding, no filters, just a hurting heart wanting to live. Jesus, if you'll stay right here with me, maybe I can breathe again. Jesus, please don't leave me like this. Jesus, please don't leave me like this. I'm begging for mercy, I'm reaching for it. Jesus, please don't leave me like this.
Some of us learn to survive by shutting down. Some of us learn to smile through storms that should have taken us out years ago. But hear me, God does His best work in the places we're ashamed to show, the places where the tears fall quietly, the places where hope feels too heavy to live, the places where loneliness becomes its own language. And if you feel empty right now, if you feel abandoned by everyone you trusted, lean in, because the Jesus who walked into tombs, the Jesus who touched lepers, the Jesus who calmed storms, He's stepping into this moment with you. And He's not afraid of what you're fighting. To the one who cries in secret, He counts every tear you hide.
To the one who lost someone too soon, His comfort is deeper than your grief. To the one wrestling addiction, there is no chain He cannot break. To the one who feels dirty, unworthy, ashamed, His cross still speaks your name. To the one whose marriage is breaking, He can breathe life. There's a shaking in my chest I can't explain, a quiet storm behind my ribs that nobody sees. I smile so people think I'm fine, but truth is, Lord, I'm barely on my knees. Some days I carry memories like heavy stones, names and moments carved into my heart like scars. I walk through crowds feeling invisible, reaching for a light that feels too far. And Jesus, I know you see the war I hide, every battle happening behind my eyes. So I whisper through the trembling in my soul, Lord, please don't let this be where I die. If you don't lift me, I won't rise. If you don't speak, the fear stays loud. If you don't carry me through the fire, I'll be swallowed by the smoke and the doubt. Jesus, I need a hand to hold. Jesus, I need a hand to hold. I'm breaking under all this weight. Jesus, I need a hand to hold. Don't let me face this night alone. Don't let my heart turn into stone. Please pull me close, don't let me fall. Jesus, I need a hand to hold. Lord, I've sat in hospital rooms till sunrise, watching machines breathe for the ones I love. I've stood beside caskets with questions I was too afraid to lift above. I've watched addiction steal a brother, seen a mother drown in silent grief. I've held my own shame like a prison, wondering if your mercy had a limit for me. I've carried trauma like a secret suitcase, if you don't stay right here beside me, I won't last in this battle long. Listen to me. I don't know who you are, but I know you are tired. Maybe you feel like life is beating you down, or maybe you feel like your future is gone. But let me remind you, God has not forgotten you. Mordecai was ignored and mocked, but one day the king remembered his name. Hannah cried until she had no voice, but God gave her a son. Hezekiah was told he would die, but when he prayed, God added years to his life. So hear this today: weeping may last through the night, but joy will come in the morning. Say this with me: Jesus, don't let my tomorrow die here. There's a woman who gave everything to her family, but when it was her turn to need help, they left her alone. She feels like she doesn't exist, because no one calls, no one cares, no one remembers. There's a man who helped his friends when they were poor. He gave them food, he gave them shelter, he gave them love. But when he fell down, when he lost everything, the same people turned their backs and acted like he never lived. There's a worker who was faithful for many years, but lies were told against him, and they fired him. Now he sits in shame, wondering if he will ever start again. If this is you, listen to me. God still sees you. God will not forget the love you gave. Jesus will not let your tomorrow die here. Jesus, don't let my tomorrow die here. Even if I'm broken, even if I'm weak, lift me again, Lord. Let my future speak. Jesus, don't let my tomorrow die here. The sick and the hopeless. There's a man who had a stroke. He used to walk strong, he used to feed his family, but now he depends on others just to move. He feels useless, but I tell you, God is not finished with him. There's a woman lying in the hospital, machines all around her, doctors shaking their heads. They say she won't survive, but Jesus is still the only true doctor. There's a young boy who has been sick since birth. He hears children and she hides her tears, telling him God is still good. Listen, sickness is not the final word. Jesus is the healer. You will not die before your time. You will live, and your mouth will tell the testimony. Make me whole. Jesus, don't let my tomorrow die. There are people who walk past you every day, but they never see your pain. Because you don't have money, you feel invisible. You try to talk, but no one listens. You try to smile, but no one cares. And you ask, does my life even matter? There are children whose parents abandoned them. They wait at the door, hoping to see them again. But no one comes. They go to bed with tears, whispering, God, are you still there? There are widows who cry in the night. There are men who fought for others, but now no one fights for them. Who feed everyone else, but when they need food, they are left hungry. Listen to me. You are not invisible to God. He has written your name on his hands. He will lift you when everyone else ignores you. Jesus, don't let my tomorrow die. Yeah. Even if I'm broken, even if I'm weak, lift me again, Lord. Let my future speak. Jesus, don't let my tomorrow die. Yeah. There's a man who had a stroke. He used to walk strong. He used to feed his family. But now he depends on others just to move. He feels useless, but I tell you, God is not finished with him. There's a woman lying in the hospital, machines all around her, doctors shaking their heads. They say she won't survive, but Jesus is still the only true doctor. Yeah. Yeah. There's a young boy who has been sick since birth. He hears children laughing outside, but cannot play. He asks his mother, why am I like this? And she hides her tears, telling him God is still good. Listen, sickness is not the final word. Jesus is the healer. You will not die
your time. You will live, and your mouth will tell the testimony. Yeah. Yeah. Heal my body, heal my soul, give me strength, make me whole. Jesus, don't let my tomorrow die here. Hey. There are people who walk past you every day, but they never see your pain. Because you don't have money, you feel invisible. You try to talk, but no one listens. You try to smile, but no one cares. And you ask, does my life even matter? There are children whose parents abandoned them. They wait at the door, hoping to see them again. But no one comes. They go to bed with tears, whispering, God, are you still there? There are widows who cry in the night. There are men who fought for others, but now no one fights for them. There are mothers who feed everyone else, but when they need food, they are left hungry. Listen to me. You are not invisible to God. He has written your name on his hands. He will lift you when everyone else ignores you. Jesus, don't let my tomorrow die here. Yeah. Yeah, there's a man who lost everything. His house, his land, his business, all stolen by betrayal. He slept on the street for years, cold and hungry. People who used to call him friend walked past and pretended not to know him. But he held on to God. He prayed when he had nothing left. And one day God turned his story around. He started small, selling with his hands, but God blessed it and blessed it until he became great again. Now the same people who mocked him call him sir. This is proof. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Your story will not end in pain. You will rise again. You will smile again. Your tomorrow will live. Jesus, don't let my tomorrow
remember you. And when people ask what happened, you will say, Jesus did not let my tomorrow